Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in my brief presentation, I would like to present the results of some analyses concerning the corrosion protection technologies applied for steel protection barriers located in pedestrian passages and tram stops, but in particular on bridges. The analysis was carried out for actual real-life barriers that suffered damage during its functioning that happened while still under warranty. The problem to be analyzed was to check and indicate ways of reducing the costs to be incurred by the investor and the contractor in making better quality elements at installation time. Also, to propose ways to reduce maintenance costs over a long time. So the analysis pertained to an actual real-life element, the option 2. The protection consisted of 2 layers. First, there was a hot zinc layer, and then there was paint coating, which both serve as anti-corrosion protection, but also provided color. The comparative options are 1 layer, options 1 and 3. The first option is the protection by providing metal layer, zinc, commonly used in other elements of road infrastructure. Option 3, and that's the second comparative option, is where only anti-corrosion paint was applied. Here we can see the type of damage. This is typical damage that we can see in wherever we see double layer anti-corrosion protection. The first photograph shows cracking and delamination of the system. The second slide shows large visibility of the first layer, which was the zinc coating, and you can see intensive corrosion of the zinc coating. When we're dealing with this sort of damage, obviously the user would have to take some decision as to how to repair or refurbish. The cost, depending on the situation, depending on the warranty conditions, will have to be incurred either by the user or by the contractor. The analysis considered all possible outlays needed to produce, deliver and install the barriers. The only differing factor was the anti-corrosion option, 1, 2 or 3. As could be expected, it was option 3 that was the most expensive one, simply because 2 different coatings were used. So in the option of initial outlays, this is more expensive. Why is it often used by the contractors? Because it saves time. Usually allows the contractors to catch up with late delivery dates. However, if we look especially at the lower graph, it shows that the elements in this way of protection in the standard functionality when we talk about LCC, So life cycle costs, we see that the outlays are bigger by at least 20%. When we look at situations where we have to repair the system, the one presented here, the double layer one, where we saw the two photographs of which, please note that in order to achieve the original architectural design color, the cost of reapplying the corrosion protection paint is comparable with the cost of producing the entire device. So the local costs can be many, many times more than the costs of original investment. And to conclude, I would like to note that the analysis of the various materials and costs, as well as the possible risks to be incurred by the end user, have a very real impact on how the money is spent, both at the stage of the original investment, but also during the longest possible period of keeping the device in use, even if it's used properly, which significantly affects the costs incurred by the various branches, administrative bodies, but also road users.